My earliest memories of Stephen, certainly as he became more vocal as a youngster, was highly animated. I don't think disruptive is the right word, but certainly the outbursts caused a lot of concern. The best way to describe those outbursts would be sort of temper tantrums, for want of a better description. Keeping in mind, nothing would trigger it. It was just something that would just happen. At that time, in the mid-70s, we didn't understand what autism was. One Sunday, I noticed Stephen in another world, literally on our living room floor, doing a drawing. It was the front facade of Selfridges. It was absolutely beautiful. Certainly not to the standard that he is now, but for a youngster, how old was he? Six years old at the time? That's what I could still say in my mind. There was a shift. And whenever I would see him, I would sense a gradual growth in confidence and self-esteem. He's covered more of the globe than I have. All the famous buildings in Europe. There's the trip to Japan, and I know where he's been because I can just look at the books, see the drawings, and immediately have a connection. He has joined a very elite club of great artists, no question about it. Forget about the condition, he's in the zone now. He has inspired confidence in us and his family to let him go off and do his own thing, navigate life, and develop the resources required to be independent for himself. And really, it just proves, in spite of the condition, there are little pockets where he can feel alive for himself and not feel constrained by anything or anyone. And I think it's wonderful. It's freedom. I defy anyone to look at his pieces and not come away moved or touched or inspired. Why not music, okay? Why not mathematics or knowing the date on the day of a specific year 100 years ago? It's just one of those weird things. I'm glad it's buildings, actually, because I think there's something very special about the way he can put everything into perspective and just bring it all together and inspire us. I think it all comes down to Stephen's desire to express himself in a grander way. These big pieces expand him and his identity. It also expands his vision. And the very nature of these very panoramic views would suggest to me that here is someone that has a bigger view of things. He does enter another world. Absolute stillness is the word I would use to describe Stephen as he becomes the artist. He's just responding to something greater beyond himself.
By Stephen's panorama. But it's Michael, who's known Stephen since he...
You can see London.
Wow, yeah, that's very
I
extraordinary.
can only imagine this is exactly how you see it as well. I had a picture of it in my mind, and now that I've seen it, it's surpassed even my expectations. Is there anything that can surpass it? I don't think so. And I think this is a one of a kind. As an autistic savant, he was blessed because the gift of artistry that he has helped him to define a very unique identity for himself. And that identity is a very solid, secure, approachable, agreeable human being, in spite of the challenges he faced.